Welcome back to Artos Hub, the channel where we bring you the future of cars today. Number 1. 2026 Corvette Stingray. The 2026 Chevrolet. Corvette Stingray isn't just a car, it's a statement. A declaration that American performance still knows how to lead the pack in a world of electric supercars and digital dashboards. The Stingray has evolved far beyond its predecessors, combining brutal power with futuristic intelligence, all while keeping its signature soul intact. At first glance, the 2026 Stingray looks like a machine sculpted by the wind itself. The aggressive, low-slung body is designed with advanced aerodynamic channels that improve both cooling and downforce. Every line, every vent, and every carbon fiber curve has a purpose. The front fascia houses new laser-thin matrix LED headlights, flanked by massive air intakes that feed oxygen to the beast within. Around back, the quad exhausts roar beneath a redesigned spoiler that adjusts dynamically based on driving mode. Under the hood, the legend continues, but with a modern twist. The Stingray's traditional 6.2-liter LT2 V8 has been re-engineered to deliver an astounding 545 horsepower, paired with a mild hybrid assist system. This gives instant torque delivery off the line and improves efficiency without losing the raw mechanical heartbeat Corvette fans crave. With this new hybrid tuning, the Stingray rockets from 0 to 60 mph in just 2.8 seconds, placing it firmly in supercar territory. Step inside, and you'll find a cockpit that feels straight out of a fighter jet. The driver-centric interior wraps around you, with a 16-inch customizable digital display, AI-assisted driving modes, and a fully integrated HUD that projects real-time telemetry right onto the windshield. The seats, crafted from Alcantara and ventilated carbon weave, keep you planted even under the fiercest G-forces. Chevy's engineers call it functional luxury. Every material serves a purpose. Lighter, stronger, faster. But the real revolution lies in the tech. The 2026 Stingray introduces Chevy Neural Drive, an AI-based system that learns from your driving style. It adjusts throttle response, braking sensitivity, and even suspension damping in real time. It's not just adaptive, it's predictive. Whether you're cruising city streets or attacking corners on the track, the car knows exactly how to react before you do. Yet, despite all its futuristic brilliance, the 2026 Corvette Stingray honors its roots. It remains a rear-wheel drive powerhouse, maintaining the pure driving balance that has defined it since the 1960s. The split-window heritage cues, the signature twin taillights, and that unmistakable growl from the exhaust ensure that every Corvette fan instantly recognizes its lineage. And here's where Chevy truly shines: the price. While European rivals charge double for similar performance, the new Stingray keeps things relatively attainable, starting just under $80,000. That's the beauty of American muscle reimagined. You get world-class engineering without supercar snobbery. In a world racing toward silent electric mobility, the 2026 Corvette Stingray stands as a bridge between past and future. It's fast, smart, and unapologetically emotional. A true evolution of a legend that refuses to be forgotten. So, as we shift gears toward the next American icon, the question remains: how do you top perfection? Number 2. 2026 Dodge Demon. If the 2026 Corvette Stingray is a masterpiece of balance and innovation, the 2026 Dodge Demon is the complete opposite. A raw, unapologetic force of chaos on 4 wheels. Dodge never cared much for quiet refinement or futuristic digital perfection. Their mission has always been simpler: build the most outrageous, untamed machine that makes your pulse race faster than the tachometer. And in 2026, they've done it again. The new Dodge Demon is back. And this time, it's more terrifying than ever. While many automakers are downsizing engines or going electric, Dodge has taken a different route. Under its aggressively vented hood lies a supercharged 6.6-liter Hemi V8, capable of unleashing an insane 1,050 horsepower on premium fuel. It's not a hybrid. It's not an EV. It's 100% Detroit muscle, fueled by gasoline and attitude. From the moment you press the ignition button, the Demon growls to life with a sound that feels like a controlled explosion. The new exhaust tuning system allows drivers to toggle between street, track, and hell modes, each offering a deeper, more violent tone than the last. The engineers at Dodge call it acoustic intimidation, and they're not exaggerating. On the strip, the Demon is untouchable. Thanks to its launch control system paired with drag-optimized rear tires, this beast rockets from 0 to 60 mph in 1.9 seconds. Yes, under 2 seconds, making it the fastest production muscle car ever built. A reinforced 8-speed torque flight automatic transmission handles the brutal power, shifting with the precision of a sniper. With a quarter-mile time of 8.7 seconds, the 2026 Demon isn't just fast, it's a physics-defying monster. Visually, it's as mean as its numbers suggest. The wide-body design stretches menacingly across the asphalt, with flared fenders, a carbon fiber hood scoop, and LED inferno headlights that look like eyes ready to hunt. The front splitter and rear wing generate real downforce this time, ensuring that the Demon doesn't just fly, it sticks. And those massive air intakes? They aren't just for show. They feed a new dual-stage intercooler system that keeps the beast's heart ice-cold under pressure. Step inside, and the cockpit feels like a racing cell more than a luxury interior. Everything is focused on performance. The flat-bottom steering wheel is wrapped in Alcantara. The digital cluster shows boost pressure, air-fuel ratios, and G-forces in real time. Dodge even included a drag analyzer, so you can see your launch stats, reaction time, and top speed instantly after each run. Optional lightweight seats and roll cage packages remind you that this car was born for one thing: domination. But here's what truly makes the 2026 Dodge Demon special. It's a rebellion. In an age when automakers are turning every car into a computer on wheels, Dodge doubled down on emotion. No silent motors, no range anxiety, just raw power and pure adrenaline. It's a tribute to every drag racer, every gearhead, every person who grew up dreaming of asphalt-shattering burnouts. With production rumored to be limited to 3,000 units, the Demon is not just a car, it's a collector's weapon. A statement that says the American muscle era isn't dead. It's evolved into something even more unhinged. The 2026 Dodge Demon isn't built for everyone. It's built for those who don't want calm, they want chaos. Number 3. 2026 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. The legend has returned. After decades of silence, the 2026 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am roars back to life, reborn from the ashes like the mythical phoenix that inspired its name. Once the symbol of rebellious American muscle, the Firebird is back to claim its throne. But this isn't a nostalgic reissue. It's a bold reinvention that fuses retro aggression with next-generation performance. When Pontiac was discontinued in 2010, enthusiasts thought the Firebird era was over forever. But in 2026, GM answered the prayers of muscle car purists. The new Trans Am is not just a car, it's a resurrection. Built on a heavily modified Camaro ZL1 chassis, the Firebird Trans Am combines the muscular DNA of its predecessor with 21st-century engineering precision. Under the sculpted hood lies a supercharged 6.2-liter LT4 V8, tuned to deliver an explosive 785 horsepower and 760 lb-ft of torque. Every ounce of that power is directed to the rear wheels through a lightning-quick 10-speed automatic transmission, with an optional 6-speed manual for purists who still crave the raw connection between driver and machine. The result? A 0 to 60 mph time of just 2.8 seconds and a top speed of 211 mph, making it one of the fastest Firebirds ever built. But power alone isn't what defines the 2026 Firebird. It's the soul that matters, and GM made sure to keep it intact. The design team studied every curve and crease of the original 1977 model that made cinematic history. The result is a stunning blend of old and new. The split front grille returns, flanked by modern LED headlamps shaped like predatory eyes. The screaming chicken hood decal, now laser-etched into carbon fiber, dominates the car's front, glowing subtly under night lighting. And the gold-accented 20-inch wheels? A direct homage to the Bandit era, reborn for the modern age. Inside, nostalgia meets innovation. The cockpit wraps around the driver like a fighter jet's control pod. The digital instrument cluster morphs between classic and performance modes, showing either analog-style dials or live telemetry data. The Trans Am logo glows softly on the steering wheel, while Alcantara and carbon fiber surfaces give the interior both luxury and aggression. Every element, from the gear shifter to the retro-styled gauges, Feels designed to honor history while embracing the future. But perhaps the most emotional moment comes when you press the red ignition button. The Firebird doesn't just start, it awakens. The exhaust crackles and snarls through a quad titanium setup, tuned to replicate the raspy growl of the 1970s model, but with a modern, supercharged scream. And if you engage Phoenix Mode, an advanced drive setting exclusive to the 2026 model, the car tightens its suspension, opens up airflow, and remaps throttle response for maximum ferocity. The Firebird Trans Am is more than a car. It's a statement of rebellion against conformity. In a world dominated by EV silence, this machine sings the thunderous song of freedom. GM has confirmed that only 2,500 units will be produced worldwide, each hand-numbered and offered in 3 exclusive colorways: Midnight Bandit Black, Solar Gold, and Crimson Phoenix. The 2026 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am doesn't just pay tribute to a legend, it is the legend, reborn for a new generation of dreamers, racers, and outlaws. Number 4, 2026. Ford Mustang Boss 429. There are muscle cars, and then there's the Boss 429. A name whispered with reverence by car enthusiasts since the late 1960s. It was Ford's answer to pure American power, an icon forged for racing dominance. And now, after more than half a century, the 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 429 has returned, not as a retro tribute, but as a modern-day beast that brings raw horsepower and brutal elegance into the digital era. At first glance, the new Boss 429 looks like it was sculpted from lightning. Its stance is lower, wider, and meaner than any Mustang before it. The front fascia is dominated by a massive carbon fiber intake scoop, a modern reinterpretation of the legendary hood bulge from the original 1969 model. Air rushes through every vent, every contour engineered for both aggression and aerodynamic purpose. The LED headlights, shaped like eagle eyes, pierce through the dark, giving the car a presence that demands attention before it even roars to life. And when it does roar, it's thunder incarnate. Beneath that sculpted hood lies a naturally aspirated 7.0-liter Godzilla V8, hand-built by Ford Performance. Tuned for the 2026 Boss 429, it unleashes a ferocious 850 horsepower and 680 lb-ft of torque, numbers that push the boundaries of what a street-legal muscle car can achieve without a drop of electrification. No hybrid assist, no compromise, just old-school displacement refined by cutting-edge engineering. The car rockets from 0 to 60 mph in just 2.9 seconds, with a top speed that stretches beyond 215 mph. The power is sent to the rear wheels through a Tremec 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, delivering instantaneous shifts with surgical precision. But for the purists, those who crave the feel of raw control, Ford offers an optional 6-speed manual gearbox, crafted from billet aluminum with the legendary cue ball shifter. It's not just about speed, it's about connection, the kind only a true driver can understand. Step inside, and you'll feel the past and future merge seamlessly. The 2026 Boss 429's interior channels the spirit of late 60s muscle while embracing futuristic technology. Carbon fiber panels, dark red leather with contrast stitching, and a retro-inspired dashboard featuring digital analog-style gauges define the cabin. The infotainment system is integrated subtly, giving priority to performance readouts, lap timing, and drive mode customization rather than flashy screens. But this isn't just a drag strip monster. It's engineered for precision. The adaptive MagneRide suspension recalibrates 1,000 times per second, giving the Boss the flexibility to dominate both street and track. Its aero package, including an active rear spoiler and front splitter, ensures stability at top speeds. Brembo carbon ceramic brakes bring the beast to a halt with grace, while the exhaust system, titanium tipped and valved, can switch between stealth, sport, and Boss mode. In Boss mode, it bellows with the deep raspy growl reminiscent of its 1969 ancestor. Each 2026 Boss 429 is individually numbered, hand-built at Ford's Performance Center, and offered in limited production. The signature colors, Grabber Blue, Shadow Black, and Heritage Orange, pay homage to the original palette, while the bold 429 badging along the fenders reminds everyone that this isn't just another Mustang. It's the Mustang, The 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 429 isn't about nostalgia, it's about evolution. It's a roaring declaration that true muscle never dies. It just comes back stronger, faster, and meaner. Number 5. 2026 Chevrolet Camaro SS. Few names in automotive history command as much respect as the Chevrolet Camaro SS. For decades, it has represented the perfect balance of muscle and motion, a car born from competition and sculpted for speed. Now in 2026, Chevy takes the legend to an entirely new level. The 2026 Camaro SS isn't just a revival, it's a rebirth of the American street icon, one that combines nostalgic attitude with electrifying innovation. At first glance, the new Camaro SS looks like it's ready to pounce. Its design is sharper, leaner, and more purposeful than ever before. Chevy's design team blended retro muscle aesthetics with modern aerodynamic science, resulting in a machine that looks just as fast standing still as it does at 200 mph. The long hood remains, an unmistakable Camaro trait, but now it flows seamlessly into a low, aggressive stance, framed by LED matrix headlights that slice through the night with icy precision. The signature dual black racing stripes stretch from the sculpted hood to the rear deck, paying homage to the legendary 1969 Supersport. Under that sculpted hood lies a masterpiece of modern American engineering, a 6.6-liter LT2 V8 that roars with 720 horsepower and 640 lb-ft of torque. This engine is a natural evolution of the LT platform, featuring a lightweight aluminum block, forged internals, and variable valve timing to maximize performance and efficiency. The result? A launch so fierce it pins you to the seat. 0 to 60 mph in just 2.7 seconds, with the quarter-mile vanishing in 10 flat. And yes, it's still rear-wheel drive, because real drivers prefer their power where it belongs. Chevrolet has introduced a 10-speed dual-clutch automatic that shifts faster than the blink of an eye. But for those who live for the feel of the road, a 6-speed manual transmission remains an option, complete with rev-matching technology and a clutch that feels mechanical, heavy, and alive. Each downshift comes with a satisfying bark from the quad titanium exhaust system, tunable via drive mode settings from stealth to track. In track mode, the sound is pure American thunder. Inside, the 2026 Camaro SS combines luxury and adrenaline. The cockpit wraps around the driver like a jet fighter's cabin. Recaro sport seats hold you tight during cornering, trimmed in microfiber suede and contrast stitching. The flat-bottom steering wheel, wrapped in Alcantara, integrates haptic controls and paddle shifters. A 12-inch digital gauge cluster offers live telemetry, G-forces, boost pressure, oil temps, while the AR Performance HUD projects racing lines directly onto the windshield. Technology doesn't overshadow the soul of the car, it enhances it. The Camaro SS comes with an adaptive magnetic ride control 5.0, providing pinpoint precision on winding roads and unmatched stability at top speed. Brembo carbon ceramic brakes ensure it stops as ferociously as it accelerates. And for the first time, Chevrolet introduces active air dynamics, where flaps and vents adjust in real time for drag reduction or downforce control. Visually, the Camaro SS embraces the legacy of its past with color options like Inferno Red, Velocity Yellow, and Phantom Black Metallic, each available with the iconic SS badging embossed in chrome. Even the taillights echo the past, redesigned with a split dual ring pattern reminiscent of the 1970s muscle era. But beyond numbers and aesthetics, the 2026 Chevrolet Camaro SS stands for something bigger. A refusal to let pure driving passion die in a world dominated by silent electric machines. It's proof that you can blend modern engineering with the soul of American muscle and still make something that ignites the senses. The 2026 Camaro SS doesn't just move, it commands. It's not a car that whispers. It shouts, growls, and roars its heritage proudly across the asphalt. Number 6. 2026 Dodge Viper. The Dodge Viper has always been more beast than machine, an unfiltered expression of raw American power. It was never about comfort or convenience. It was about control, courage, and chaos, all wrapped around a monstrous engine. Now in 2026, the serpent rises again. The 2026 Dodge Viper returns with sharper fangs, leaner muscles, and a mission to reclaim its title as America's most visceral supercar. From the moment you see it, you know it's a Viper. The long hood, the side exhausts, the wide stance, it all screams intimidation. But the 2026 redesign brings something new, elegance in aggression. Its silhouette is lower and more aerodynamic, sculpted through wind tunnel perfection. The carbon fiber body panels reduce weight while maintaining the brutal curves that made the original so iconic. The signature Viper eyes, those menacing LED headlights, now glow with a split strike pattern, a tribute to the snake's fangs. Beneath that endless hood lies a re-engineered heart, an 8.4-liter naturally aspirated V10, but this time reborn with hybrid assistance. Dodge's engineers call it Venom Hybrid Drive. It's not about saving fuel, it's about unleashing fury. The hybrid system doesn't power the wheels directly. Instead, it assists the V10 by delivering instant torque when you hammer the throttle. The result? 0-60 mph in just 2.4 seconds, a top speed of 215 mph, and a soundtrack that sounds like a symphony of thunder and fire. The V10 itself pushes out 780 horsepower, and with the electric assist, total output jumps to 840 horsepower, a figure that puts it toe-to-toe with Europe's finest exotics. Transmission-wise, Dodge stayed true to its roots. The 2026 Viper offers a 6-speed manual gearbox. Yes, a manual, with a gated shifter crafted from billet aluminum. It's mechanical, raw, and completely driver-focused. For those who prefer precision over purity, a dual-clutch 8-speed automatic is optional, offering lightning-fast gear changes on track days. Either way, the car's rear-wheel drive setup ensures every bit of power translates into tire-shredding madness. Step inside, and you'll see how Dodge has matured. The 2026 Viper's cockpit feels more like a fighter jet than a sports car. Everything is built around the driver. Carbon bucket seats, a 12-inch digital performance cluster, and a heads-up display that projects cornering forces, lap times, and shift indicators. The materials blend modern luxury with racing spirit. Alcantara, forged carbon trim, and stitched leather in deep Venom black. Even the steering wheel has integrated mode toggles, allowing you to switch from street to track Venom mode with a twist. In track Venom mode, the Viper transforms. Active aerodynamic panels deploy across the front splitter and rear diffuser, increasing downforce dynamically. The suspension lowers by 20 mm, stiffening for razor-sharp handling, while the electronic rear differential predicts slip before it happens, keeping the serpent planted through every corner. Brembo's carbon ceramic brakes complete the package, giving the Viper the stopping power it always needed to match its muscle. Outside, Dodge offers the Viper in a palette as bold as its performance. Venom red, snakebite silver, obsidian black, and electric lime, all with optional dual racing stripes running across the hood and tail. The side-mounted exhausts return, bigger, louder, and hotter, spitting blue flames under full throttle. What makes the 2026 Dodge Viper truly special is that it refuses to compromise. It doesn't chase trends, it creates them. While the rest of the automotive world moves towards silence, the Viper doubles down on sound, soul, and speed. It's a love letter to the purist, the driver who believes that cars should be dangerous, thrilling, and a little bit wild. The Viper is back, not as a relic of the past, but as the last great roar of untamed American muscle. Number 7, 2026 Corvette C7. The Corvette C7 was once hailed as the perfect blend of old-school muscle and modern precision. It was America's sports car reborn, a symbol of freedom, speed, and pride. Now, in 2026, the legend returns, sharper, faster, and more electrifying than ever. The 2026 Corvette C7 isn't just a redesign, it's a resurrection. It's Chevrolet reminding the world that the heart of American performance still beats strong, and it's louder than ever. At first glance, the 2026 C7 keeps the proportions that made its predecessor iconic, the long hood, low stance, and sculpted haunches, but everything has been refined to near perfection. Every curve and vent serves a purpose. The aerodynamic profile is crafted from lightweight carbon fiber and aluminum, reducing drag and improving cooling. The new split rear diffuser and active front intake flaps adapt on the fly, giving the car superior stability whether cruising down the highway or slicing through a racetrack at 200 mph. But what truly sets the new C7 apart lies beneath that sculpted hood. Chevrolet introduces the 6.6-liter LT7 V8 twin-turbocharged engine, producing a staggering 755 horsepower and 715 lb-ft of torque. Combined with a 48-volt mild hybrid system, it delivers instant torque, helping the car launch from 0-60 mph in 2.7 seconds. The hybrid assist doesn't dilute the roar, it amplifies it. The exhaust note is pure symphony, deep, thunderous, and unmistakably Corvette. It's the kind of sound that gives goosebumps to anyone who loves cars. The transmission options have evolved too. For purists, Chevrolet offers a 7-speed manual gearbox, something nearly extinct in modern supercars. For those chasing milliseconds, there's a 10-speed dual-clutch automatic that shifts with surgical precision. Power flows through the rear wheels, aided by electronic traction management that balances aggression with grace. Step inside, and you'll immediately sense how far the Corvette has come. The cockpit wraps around the driver, featuring a fully digital 14-inch instrument cluster with customizable performance data, track telemetry, and navigation overlays. The flat-bottom steering wheel feels like it belongs in a fighter jet, with drive mode selectors at your fingertips. The seats, crafted from hand-stitched Napa leather and Alcantara, provide both comfort and support at high speeds. Every inch of the cabin is a fusion of race car intensity and modern luxury, from the ambient lighting to the forged carbon fiber accents across the dash. In terms of handling, the 2026 C7 is a masterpiece. The Magnetic Ride 5.0 suspension reacts in milliseconds, adjusting damping to every bump and curve. The active rear spoiler dynamically changes angle to increase downforce during cornering or reduce drag on straights. On the track, it feels planted, alive, and perfectly balanced, a rare combination that makes even amateur drivers feel like professionals. The design finishes complete the package. Chevrolet offers the 2026 C7 in a breathtaking range of colors: Velocity Yellow, Torch Red, Arctic White, Electric Blue, and Nightfall Black, with racing stripes and carbon aero kits available for those who want to stand out. LED taillights glow with a bold new V signature, paying homage to Corvette heritage while looking straight into the future. But the 2026 Corvette C7 isn't just about power and speed, it's about emotion. It's about a driver and machine connecting in perfect harmony. It represents the golden bridge between tradition and innovation, between gasoline thunder and electric evolution. Chevrolet has made something clear: the Corvette is not done evolving. The C7's rebirth proves that American engineering can stand shoulder to shoulder with the best Europe and Japan have to offer, while still keeping its rebellious soul intact. The 2026 Corvette C7 isn't just another car, it's America's promise. Refined, relentless, and roaring into the future. Number 8, 2026. Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 1LE. The 2026 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 1LE isn't just a car. It's a statement from Chevrolet that American muscle still has plenty of fire left. In a time when many automakers are switching to electric-only lineups, the ZL1 1LE proudly carries a supercharged heartbeat and old-school aggression mixed with next-gen tech. It's a beast designed for the track, but legal enough to haunt the streets. Under the hood roars a 6.2-liter LT4 supercharged V8, producing a jaw-dropping 720 horsepower and 685 lb-ft of torque. Engineers didn't just aim for raw numbers, they built precision into every bolt. The 2026 model uses lighter aluminum components, a new carbon composite hood, and adaptive aerodynamics that actively adjust based on speed and cornering force. The result? Better handling, faster response, and cornering grip that feels surgically sharp. Visually, the ZL1 1LE is menacing. Its front fascia is widened, feeding air directly into dual intercoolers. The massive rear wing, crafted from forged carbon fiber, isn't just for show. It delivers nearly 300 pounds of downforce at top speed. From its deep sculpted sides to the aggressive quad exhausts, this car screams dominance. The stance is lower, wider, and more muscular than any Camaro before it. When parked, it looks like it's ready to pounce. When in motion, it's pure chaos under control. Inside, the 2026 ZL1 1LE keeps the driver in command. You'll find Alcantara-wrapped Recaro bucket seats, a race-style flat-bottom steering wheel, and digital HUD that projects lap times and G-forces directly onto the windshield. Chevrolet has refined the cockpit with modern luxury touches, ambient lighting, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and an optional Bose 12-speaker performance audio system. But make no mistake, this is a driver's car first and a luxury coupe second. Performance-wise, the ZL11LE rockets from 0 to 60 mph in just 3.1 seconds, with a top speed nearing 205 mph. The MagnaRide suspension, recalibrated for 2026, automatically adapts to track conditions in milliseconds. Combine that with Brembo carbon ceramic brakes and Goodyear Eagle F1 Supercar 3R tires, and you get control that feels supernatural. On winding roads or race circuits, the car's balance and feedback make it feel almost telepathic. The engine, however, remains the soul of the beast. The LT4 supercharged V8 growls with ferocity, pushing air through a titanium intake and breathing out through quad performance exhausts that crackle on every downshift. It's the sound of pure mechanical emotion, something electric vehicles can't replicate. Chevrolet also added new drive modes: street, track, and drag. Each mode tweaks the suspension, throttle mapping, and traction control for its environment. In drag mode, the rear end stiffens, torque delivery sharpens, and it launches like a bullet. In track mode, every ounce of power feels tuned to your reflexes, making the ZL11LE an extension of the driver. The 2026 Camaro ZL11LE isn't just another performance car. It's the last gladiator in an electric coliseum. With heritage born from the 1960s and technology sculpted for the future, it carries the spirit of American muscle into a new era. Brutal, beautiful, and unapologetically loud, the ZL11LE proves that true performance still burns on gasoline and grit. Number 9. 2026 Plymouth Sickfish Cuda. The legend returns, and it's meaner than ever. The 2026 Plymouth Sickfish Cuda is not just a revival, it's a resurrection of one of America's most iconic muscle machines. First introduced as a custom-built concept inspired by the original 1970 Barracuda, the Sickfish has evolved into a production-ready masterpiece, blending retro design, cutting-edge performance, and the raw soul of classic Mopar engineering. At first glance, the 2026 Sickfish Cuda commands attention with its sculpted lines and unmistakable attitude. The wide stance, aggressive split-front grille, and smoked LED headlights give it a predatory face that feels both vintage and futuristic. The side profile carries the unmistakable silhouette of the old Cuda: long hood, short deck, muscular haunches, but with carbon fiber body panels, adaptive aero vents, and active rear diffusers that make it ready for modern performance battles. Under the hood lies the heart of this beast, a 7.0-liter Hellephant 426. Supercharged Hemi V8, pushing a staggering 1,400 horsepower and 950 lb-ft of torque. Plymouth engineers didn't hold back. They re-engineered the cooling, reinforced the chassis, and fitted a dual-stage fuel system capable of handling both pump gas and E85 ethanol. The result? A car that can blast from 0 to 60 mph in 2.6 seconds and dominate the quarter mile in under 9 seconds. But the Sickfish Cuda isn't just about raw power. It's about balance and control. The 2026 model features an adaptive MagnetorIDE Pro suspension, a next-gen system that continuously adjusts damping and ride height based on speed, road conditions, and cornering forces. Brembo carbon ceramic brakes clamp down with race-level precision, while a torque vectoring all-wheel drive system ensures every ounce of that massive power hits the pavement effectively. Step inside, and you'll find a cabin that celebrates both heritage and innovation. The dashboard combines hand-stitched leather with brushed titanium trim, and an ultra-wide digital instrument cluster displays boost pressure, torque distribution, and real-time G-forces. The seats are sculpted Alcantara performance buckets with retro stitching inspired by the 1971 Cuda pattern. Subtle blue ambient lighting and a Sickfish insignia etched into the center console remind you that this is no ordinary muscle car. It's a modern work of art. The soundtrack is just as wild as the performance. The exhaust system features an active valve titanium setup, which can switch from a deep, throaty burble in street mode to a spine-shattering roar in race mode. Every gear shift, delivered through an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, is accompanied by a crisp pop that echoes pure aggression. Visually, the car's name couldn't be more fitting. The Sickfish sports a shimmering liquid metal blue paint with flowing patterns that shift in hue under sunlight, almost like scales on a living creature. The rear houses a massive carbon fiber spoiler, quad titanium exhausts, and a CUDA badge that glows softly in neon red. It's not just a car, it's a visual experience. When you stand next to it, you feel the energy of the muscle car era reborn. When you drive it, you realize the 2026 Plymouth Sickfish CUDA isn't just about nostalgia. It's proof that American performance can still shock the world. Loud, fearless, and alive with history, the Sickfish CUDA swims against the electric tide, carrying the torch for everything muscle cars ever stood for: freedom, power, and attitude. Number 10, 2026 Chevrolet Camaro Big Block 396. The muscle car wars are officially back, and the 2026 Chevrolet Camaro Big Block 396 is here to prove that raw displacement still rules the streets. In an era dominated by EVs and digital performance assists, Chevrolet's engineers decided to go the opposite way, unleashing a mechanical beast that roars like it's 1970 again, only sharper, faster, and far more advanced. At its core lies the beating heart of this monster, a 6.5-liter Big Block 396 V8, hand-assembled and tuned to perfection. This engine pays homage to the original 396 that powered the golden age of American muscle. But this isn't your grandfather's motor. The 2026 version features direct fuel injection, forged internals, lightweight pistons, and a twin-stage supercharger system. Together, they deliver a mind-bending 875 horsepower and 810 lb-ft of torque, all channeled through a rear-wheel drive setup that guarantees pure driver engagement. From the moment you press the start button, the Camaro Big Block 396 awakens with a guttural growl that shakes the ground. The titanium exhaust system lets out a ferocious bark, while the idle hums with that unmistakable old-school cam lope, a sound that connects directly to your soul. On the open road, the car rockets from 0 to 60 mph in 2.9 seconds, with quarter-mile times deep in the nines. Yet it's not just fast, it's brutally beautiful. The exterior design of the 2026 Camaro Big Block 396 is a perfect fusion of vintage and futuristic muscle. Its wide stance and low-slung body give it a predatory profile. The hood bulges upward with a sculpted supercharger intake that proudly displays 396 in chrome lettering. Deep air intakes feed the beast beneath, while the LED headlight strips mimic the piercing glare of the first-generation Camaro. The body is a masterwork of carbon fiber panels and aluminum framing, reducing weight while maintaining rigidity for track-level handling. The color palette nods to Camaro's history: metallic inferno orange, shadow black, and rally silver, each accented by dual racing stripes that stretch from the hood to the deck lid. The rear fascia houses quad titanium exhaust tips, a functional carbon diffuser, and a subtle yet menacing ducktail spoiler. Step inside, and the cabin greets you with a mix of retro craftsmanship and modern tech. The dashboard features analog-style digital gauges with glowing red needles, a tribute to the 1969 SS models. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed and wrapped in Alcantara, while the seats combine vintage houndstooth patterns with 21st-century bolstering. A large central touchscreen displays telemetry, boost pressure, and live drag strip data, turning every drive into an event. Chevrolet engineers also refined the suspension system with an adaptive TrackLink 4.0 setup, capable of real-time damping adjustments to match driving conditions. Brembo carbon ceramic brakes provide fade-free stopping power, and a custom launch control system makes sure all that muscle gets planted firmly to the asphalt. But what truly sets the Big Block 396 apart is its spirit. It's not just a nod to the past. It's a declaration that the American muscle car still has a pulse. It celebrates the visceral connection between machine and driver, the vibrations, the roar, the smell of fuel and rubber. In the age of silence and screens, the 2026 Chevrolet Camaro Big Block 396 is a rebellious symphony of combustion. It's built not for algorithms, but for adrenaline. When you grip the shifter, glance at that 396 badge and feel the surge of torque push you back into your seat. You're not driving just a car, you're driving a legacy reborn. Number 11. 2026 Dodge Viper GTS. When you hear the name Viper, one word comes to mind: fearless. The 2026 Dodge Viper GTS takes that legacy of untamed aggression and molds it into something even more ferocious, yet refined. After years of silence, Dodge has resurrected the icon, blending brutal performance with next-generation craftsmanship. The result is a machine that doesn't just demand respect, it owns it. Underneath its long, sculpted hood lies the monster that defines the Viper name, a 9.4-liter naturally aspirated V10 engine, tuned to deliver an earth-shattering 880 horsepower and 810 lb-ft of torque. No hybrid assistance, no electric gimmicks, just raw, old-school displacement taken to its mechanical limits. Each engine is hand-built by a single technician, their name proudly engraved on a plaque atop the intake manifold, just as it was in the legends before it. The 2026 Viper GTS launches from 0 to 60 mph in a blistering 2.7 seconds, with a top speed north of 220 mph. Its chassis has been completely redesigned, constructed from forged aluminum and carbon fiber, giving it a perfect 50-50 weight balance. The car hugs corners with surgical precision, thanks to an active aerodynamic system that automatically adjusts the massive rear wing and front splitter for optimal downforce. The styling pays tribute to the Viper's heritage, but updates it for a new generation. The long hood remains, now featuring twin carbon heat extractors that vent hot air from the beast within. The side exhausts, a signature element, are back, but now integrated into sculpted carbon tunnels that emit a deep, violent growl every time you shift gears. The front fascia features LED fang-shaped headlights, inspired by the Viper logo itself, while the rear showcases a wide, muscular stance capped by a sleek light bar. Paint finishes like Venom Black Pearl, Competition Red, and Aero Silver make the car look like liquid metal under the lights. The GTS sits on 20-inch forged magnesium wheels, wrapped in Pirelli P0 tires, specially designed for this model. Sticky enough to make every launch a thrill and every curve a dance. Inside, the 2026 Viper GTS is a cockpit built for warriors. The cabin fuses luxury materials with racing functionality. Carbon fiber panels, hand-stitched leather, and Alcantara suede dominate the interior, while the instrument cluster is fully digital, showing live telemetry, tire temps, G-forces, and lap timing. The seats are deep bolstered and track-ready, designed to hold you steady through hairpin corners while still offering comfort for long road drives. The driving experience is raw and immersive. There are no electronic distractions. The steering is purely hydraulic for maximum feedback, and the 6-speed manual transmission remains, featuring a short-throw shifter that connects driver and machine in perfect harmony. The Viper GTS is unapologetically analog in a digital age. Dodge engineers also equipped it with the Track Command Plus system, which allows drivers to adjust suspension stiffness, traction sensitivity, and even aerodynamic response on the fly. It's a supercar built for the purists, those who live for the edge between control and chaos. What truly sets the 2026 Dodge Viper GTS apart isn't just its numbers, it's the emotion. The way it feels when you turn the key and that V10 snarls to life. The way the exhaust rattles windows as it revs past 7,000 RPM. The way every curve, vent, and surface of the car seems alive, like it's waiting for you to unleash it. In a world obsessed with silence and software, the new Viper GTS is a declaration of defiance. It's America's last wild beast, reborn with precision, power, and passion. The 2026 Dodge Viper GTS isn't just back, it's here to remind everyone why legends never die. Number 12. 2026 Chevrolet Nova SS 572. The 2026 Chevrolet Nova SS 572 is not just a revival, it's a resurrection. Born from the golden age of muscle cars and reborn for a modern era that refuses to forget its roots, this machine represents the ultimate balance between raw heritage and cutting-edge engineering. Chevy didn't just bring the Nova name back, they brought it back meaner, louder, and faster than ever before. At its heart roars a 9.4-liter, 572 cubic inch V8, a monstrous, naturally aspirated big block engine tuned for today's power-hungry generation. The result? A staggering 920 horsepower and 875 lb-ft of torque sent straight to the rear wheels. There's no turbo, no hybrid system, and definitely no electric trickery. This is pure mechanical muscle. Every bit of power unleashed through a 6-speed manual gearbox, custom-built to handle the car's unrelenting torque. The Nova SS572 launches from 0 to 60 mph in 2.9 seconds, tearing through the quarter mile in under 10.1 seconds. But what makes it truly remarkable is how Chevrolet blended this old-school brute force with modern-day control. The 2026 model rides on a fully independent suspension system with adaptive dampers that switch seamlessly between street comfort and track aggression. It hugs corners like a sports car, yet roars like an American muscle legend. Visually, the 2026 Nova SS572 is a masterpiece of nostalgia fused with futurism. Its silhouette pays tribute to the 1970s original: long hood, short rear deck, wide stance. But every inch has been sharpened for the 21st century. The aggressive front fascia features a blacked-out grille with glowing SS badging, flanked by quad LED headlights that evoke the Nova's heritage. The hood bulges proudly, with a functional ram air intake feeding oxygen straight to that massive V8. Down the sides, sculpted body lines give the Nova a muscular, athletic profile, while the rear end features signature rectangular taillights and a carbon fiber spoiler that adds downforce at high speeds. The dual titanium exhausts deliver a deep, earth-shaking growl, the kind that sends chills down your spine and turns every head on the street. Chevrolet didn't stop at performance and style. They elevated the interior to a new level of craftsmanship. Inside, the Nova SS572 feels both vintage and futuristic. The cabin is wrapped in black Alcantara and red-stitched leather, while brushed aluminum accents add a premium touch. The digital instrument cluster combines analog-style dials with live telemetry data, including G-forces, oil pressure, and boost readouts. The steering wheel is thick and contoured, designed for precision control, while the Recaro sport seats keep you planted through every corner. For all its power, the Nova doesn't sacrifice comfort. With dual-zone climate, a 12-inch infotainment display, and a premium Bose audio system integrated seamlessly into its muscle-bound cabin. Underneath, the Nova rides on 20-inch forged aluminum wheels wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires. Braking is handled by massive carbon ceramic Brembo discs, ensuring that the car stops as fiercely as it accelerates. With an electronic limited slip differential and traction control that can be fully disengaged, this car gives drivers the freedom to unleash it or tame it. Every drive in the 2026 Chevrolet Nova SS572 feels like time travel, a return to an era where cars weren't polite, they were powerful, unpredictable, and thrilling. Yet this isn't a museum piece. It's built to compete with modern supercars, offering a blend of classic V8 thunder and contemporary handling precision. The Nova SS572 isn't about convenience or quiet luxury. It's about passion, the kind that echoes through every rev and rattle. It's about honoring history without being trapped by it. In 2026, Chevrolet has proven once again that muscle can evolve, but soul never fades. The 2026 Chevrolet Nova SS572 is more than a car. It's an anthem for every driver who believes that horsepower still matters and that the roar of an American V8 will never die. Number 13. 2026 Chevrolet Impala Supersport. The 2026 Chevrolet Impala Supersport is more than a comeback. It's a rebirth of American luxury muscle. Once the pride of every open highway and Saturday night drag strip, the Impala SS has returned to reclaim its crown. This isn't just a sedan. It's a thunderous reminder that Chevrolet still knows how to blend comfort, style, and performance into one unforgettable machine. Under the sculpted hood lies a 6.6-liter LT7 twin-turbo V8, producing a jaw-dropping 760 horsepower and 720 lb-ft of torque. This engine, derived from Corvette's race-tested technology, gives the new Impala SS the soul of a supercar wrapped in the body of a grand touring cruiser. Paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission and an optional 6-speed manual for purists, it rockets from 0 to 60 mph in just 3.1 seconds, quicker than some Ferraris. Chevrolet engineers wanted the 2026 Impala SS to redefine what a muscle sedan could be. They gave it a rear-biased all-wheel drive system for maximum grip and a magnetic ride control suspension that adapts instantly to road conditions. Whether gliding down the interstate or carving through mountain roads, this car remains poised, powerful, and perfectly balanced. The design captures the essence of the Impala's legendary heritage. The front end is bold and commanding. A massive black mesh grille houses a chrome SS badge that glows subtly at night. The LED matrix headlights are razor-sharp, resembling the focused gaze of a predator. A long, flowing hood hints at the muscle beneath, while aerodynamic vents and carbon fiber elements give it an unmistakably modern presence. From the side, the 2026 Impala SS stretches with graceful aggression. Its fastback silhouette and sculpted body lines evoke memories of the 1960s Impala coupe, but reimagined for the 21st century. The rear is pure power. Quad exhaust tips, a lip spoiler, and striking LED taillights that form a continuous red arc when illuminated. Sitting on 21-inch forged wheels wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport tires, the Impala SS looks as ready for the racetrack as it does for the red carpet. Step inside, and the cabin is a world of refined muscle. The interior blends high-end materials with motorsport precision. Jet black leather with red stitching dominates the seats and dash, while real carbon fiber and brushed aluminum trim complete the aesthetic. The driver's cockpit is centered around a 14-inch curved OLED display, providing everything from performance stats to navigation, integrated seamlessly with Chevy's latest AI voice system. But what truly sets this Impala apart is how it makes you feel. The engine growls deep and confident, with an active exhaust system that changes tone depending on drive mode. In touring, it's calm and civilized. In Sport Plus, it becomes an untamed symphony of V8 thunder. The launch control system pins you back into the seats as the torque surges, and the G-forces remind you this isn't your average luxury sedan. It's a super sport through and through. Safety hasn't been ignored either. Adaptive cruise, lane keeping assist, automatic braking, and a 360-degree camera system make it as advanced as it is aggressive. And despite all that performance, Chevrolet engineered the Impala SS for comfort. Quiet cabin insulation, adaptive suspension, and ergonomic seating make long drives effortless. In essence, the 2026 Chevrolet Impala Supersport is a modern legend in motion. It combines old-school muscle attitude with next-generation technology, making it both a performance icon and a luxury statement. Chevrolet has managed to take one of its most iconic nameplates and bring it roaring into the future, not as a nostalgic throwback, but as a bold declaration. American performance is alive and well. The Impala SS isn't just back, it's better than ever. Faster, smarter, and ready to dominate both highways and hearts. Number 14, 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 351. The 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 351 is more than just another addition to the Mustang lineup. It's a resurrection of a legend. Born in 1971 as one of the most revered muscle cars of its era, the Boss 351 was known for its raw power and fearless personality. Now in 2026, Ford brings it back with modern technology, a refined design, and the same rebellious spirit that made it iconic. This isn't just a car, it's the soul of American performance, reborn for a new generation. At its heart beats a 5.8-liter naturally aspirated V8, codenamed Predator 2. This powerhouse churns out a staggering 750 horsepower and 690 lb-ft of torque, all without forced induction. Ford engineered it for purists who believe muscle should breathe freely. With titanium valves, forged pistons, and an 8,000 RPM redline, the 2026 Boss 351 delivers an intoxicating mix of old-school sound and modern precision. Matched with a 6-speed Tremec manual gearbox, standard of course, every gear change feels mechanical, deliberate, and deeply satisfying. For those who crave precision with convenience, a 10-speed automatic with paddle shifters is available, offering lightning-fast shifts. Either way, the car sprints from 0 to 60 mph in just 3.3 seconds and reaches a top speed north of 200 mph, putting it in supercar territory. Visually, the 2026 Boss 351 looks every bit as commanding as its performance suggests. Ford didn't hold back on making it stand out. The front fascia features an aggressive blacked-out grille, with the bold Boss 351 emblem etched proudly across the upper lip. The headlights are slimmer, angrier, and inspired by jet fighter designs, while a deep front splitter and aerodynamic side vents ensure both downforce and intimidation. The car's stance is wider and lower than the GT or GT500, riding on 20-inch forged alloy wheels wrapped in ultra-high performance tires. Along the sides, the signature Boss racing stripes, customizable in classic white, black, or gold, run the length of the car, paying homage to its 1971 ancestor. The long hood, fastback roofline, and sculpted rear haunches combine to create an unmistakable silhouette. Pure Mustang muscle, refined for the modern era. The rear is a masterpiece of aggression, a ducktail spoiler, quad titanium exhausts, and sequential LED taillights that glow like embers in the dark. Beneath it all, a revised independent rear suspension and adaptive Magna-Ride dampers deliver both track-day precision and grand touring comfort. Ford tuned every setting to make sure the Boss 351 can carve corners as confidently as it crushes straights. Inside, the cabin merges race-inspired design with high-end luxury. Deep bolstered Recaro sport seats are wrapped in leather and Alcantara, featuring Boss 351 stitching on the headrests. The flat-bottom steering wheel, trimmed in carbon fiber, gives the driver a sense of total control. A 12.3-inch digital cluster provides real-time performance data, while the central infotainment system runs Ford's Sync 5 interface with AI-enhanced voice commands and over-the-air updates. Start the car, and it roars to life with an unmistakable growl. Not just a sound, but a statement. In track mode, the exhaust valves open wide, unleashing a ferocious tone that echoes the golden age of American muscle. The engine note is deep, guttural, and alive. Every rev feels like thunder rolling through steel. Safety and technology round out the Boss 351's modern identity. Ford equipped it with adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, and a 360-degree camera system. Despite its brutal performance, it's still a comfortable and livable car, capable of daily driving, yet ready to dominate any track it faces. The 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 351 is not just about nostalgia. It's a message from Ford to the automotive world. True performance is timeless. It captures everything enthusiasts loved about the original, while pushing into the future with confidence, power, and attitude. In a world moving toward electric silence, the Boss 351 stands as one of the last purebred V8 warriors, a living legend with a beating heart of fire. Number 15. 2026 Dodge Charger RT. The 2026 Dodge Charger RT roars back into the spotlight, a true revival of American muscle heritage with a modern twist. It's more than a car, it's a statement. A bold, unapologetic symbol of Detroit power, reimagined for a new generation that refuses to compromise between nostalgia and technology. At first glance, the new Charger RT looks like it was carved from pure aggression. The wide stance commands the road, with a redesigned front fascia featuring a muscular hood scoop, razor-thin LED headlights, and a bold illuminated RT badge glowing in red beneath the iconic crosshair grille. The aerodynamic lines flow effortlessly from front to back, giving the Charger both a menacing and refined silhouette. It's a car that looks like it's breaking the speed limit even when it's parked. Underneath that sculpted hood lies what Dodge enthusiasts have long awaited, the return of a high-performance, naturally aspirated V8 option. The 2026 Charger RT comes equipped with a 6.4-liter Hemi engine, producing a jaw-dropping 520 horsepower and 490 lb-ft of torque. Every press of the accelerator unleashes a guttural roar that resonates through the soul, a sound that no electric imitation can replicate. Dodge engineers tuned this engine for both raw power and responsiveness, pairing it with an 8-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters for full driver control. But Dodge didn't stop at brute strength. The 2026 model integrates modern tech with classic muscle. The Charger RT features a new semi-active suspension system that adapts in milliseconds to road conditions, ensuring sharp cornering without compromising comfort. Brembo's 6-piston brakes provide the stopping power necessary for a machine that accelerates from 0 to 60 mph in just 3.7 seconds. And with launch control and line lock modes, drivers can experience track-level thrills straight from the factory. Inside, the 2026 Charger RT balances luxury and aggression with masterful precision. Premium leather upholstery with contrast red stitching wraps around heavily bolstered sport seats. The cockpit-style dashboard curves toward the driver, featuring a massive 15-inch infotainment touchscreen integrated with Dodge's latest Uconnect 6.0 system. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and wireless performance telemetry come standard, allowing drivers to monitor acceleration times, G-forces, and even quarter-mile stats in real time. Ambient lighting glows red and white, mirroring the car's fiery personality. And in a nod to its heritage, the RT emblem is embossed into the seats and illuminated on the dash every time the ignition button pulses alive. Outside, the rear end is equally iconic, featuring full-width LED taillights reminiscent of the 1970 Charger, reimagined with futuristic precision. The quad exhaust tips emit a thunderous growl that turns heads blocks away. Optional carbon fiber packages allow owners to add spoilers, side skirts, and diffusers for a truly custom look. The 2026 Dodge Charger RT isn't trying to be quiet or subtle. It's a living, breathing muscle car built for purists who crave the connection between man, machine, and pavement. While competitors chase silence and sustainability, Dodge stays loyal to its roots, delivering unfiltered power wrapped in steel and fury. This is not just transportation, it's attitude. It's rebellion on four wheels. It's the return of the legendary Dodge Charger RT. Would you like me to now generate 15 cinematic showroom image prompts, including one engine prompt, for the 2026 Dodge Charger RT?